Hey everyone, it's Andy with the Reverb Tone Report. Today we're checking out a compact pedal from SolidGoldFX. As you may know, they released the Electroman 3 in a compact form factor with 2 foot switches just like this one, and this is a modulated reverb called Ether, so let's check it out. The SolidGoldFX Ether combines ethereal reverb, modulation, and octave up shimmer to create otherworldly and inspiring spaces. The momentary toggle in the center cycles between the 3 modulation types in the reverb: tremolo, vibrato, or harmonic tremolo. A tap to the right turns the shimmer on and off, and this can be added to any modulation type. The modulation within the Ether can be manipulated with the rate or tap tempo and a multi-waveform depth control. Clockwise increases the depth of a sine wave, while below noon increases the depth of a sawtooth wave. But in the center is a bonus waveform, specially matched to each modulation type: quasi-random in the vibrato mode, a square chop for the tremolo, and a flutter triangle in the harmonic tremolo mode. Holding the tap switch briefly toggles on and off the reverb modulation. The bypass switch, when held, activates infinite tails, but when both are held at once, ramp mode is activated, which ramps the modulation up or down while infinite tails sets in. You can easily change the ramp direction by holding the tap and pressing the mod switch left, or dive inside with the dip switches and select your default ramp direction and whether it's true bypass or buffered tails. Like all SolidGoldFX, the Ether is handmade in Montreal with high quality components, and you can find this inspiring modulated reverberator right here on Reverb. Let's begin without any modulation, and I'll give you an idea on the scope of the reverb size, as well as the colorations you could get using the high and low pass filtering. So as you can tell, even at the minimum decay setting, it's a pretty huge sounding reverb, and you get a lot of colorations with the color control. Now let's add some modulation and really just broaden the whole thing by extending the decay time. Let's try some other different modulation types. We just heard vibrato. And here's harmonic tremolo in the tails of the reverb. Let's explore a bit more of the expressive controls you have at your feet. Let's get a sort of slow vibrato and then kick it into high gear when we have the warp feature engaged. It's sort of like a very twisted Leslie effect. Back in tremolo modulation, let's check out the tap tempo function, and I'm using the left side of the depth control, which gives you a different waveform. It's a bit more choppy and ramped. Last but not least, let's introduce some upper octave shimmer just by hitting that toggle switch to the right, and you could combine this with any kind of modulation or none at all. So let's try a few different combinations. Well, there's your look at the Ether Modulated Reverb from SolidGoldFX, and you can find this versatile pedal right here on Reverb. Thanks for watching.